Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. So we're going to talk about, can we manipulate back? How do we deal with a narcissist? Is it effective if we use some of their techniques on them, such as withholding the supply, making them miss us, or thinking about the things that need to change so we can negotiate with them? Is it going to be effective? With a narcissist, it's totally different. It's a whole different world. So they're either going to get upset that you're withholding, and it's going to piss them off to where they'll shut down. They don't want to talk to you. They'll be like, fine, you don't want to talk to me, I'm not talking to you. So it's not where it's empathetic, where or love based, where they're like, no, we need to make this work. I'm missing this person. They don't miss people in the same way either. So sometimes they do come back if there's no supply readily available, but they often will go searching for it. They often have that harem garage where they can just go through the black book and call somebody out of the blue and schmooze them into whatever. And society's a little different now too. It's more sexual based. They did this thing where they asked these ladies, would you rather have a virgin or would you rather have somebody experienced? Every single one of them said they wanted somebody who was experienced. And sorry, still getting over COVID, but so they said they'd rather have somebody experienced. And that's kind of the thing, is purity isn't as important, because if you think about it, if you sleep with someone who's a virgin, eventually they're going to learn. But people don't want to wait. People don't want to wait for people to grow, people to learn. It's My point is that we're in this instant gratification to where the growth isn't what's important, the connection isn't what's important. It's if you think about it, it's reflecting on ourselves. If we don't want to wait, that's because we want it good. We don't want to, we're not thinking about the other person, that I don't know. But when you try to manipulate a narcissist, giving them the silent treatment, or how they do it, well, they'll break plans, they'll either show up extremely late, give you some excuse, lie. Are there things that work? Well, for one thing, it's something to think about. That's changing who you are. Are you sure you want to do what the narcissist does? Because it's just toxicity, trying to manipulate toxicity, and two wrongs don't make a right. It's a false relationship, and we have to be who we are, or we're going to be uncomfortable. So how do we deal with these narcissists? It's better not to. But you think about it with let's say it was a coworker, and you're like, screw this, like, I'm not going to do my part of the project that they keep treating me this way. So you withhold uh, your part, and you're either going to get fired. It's not going to turn out good. So same thing with the narcissistic relationship, if it's romantic or with your parents, or whatever's going on, is the narcissist processes things like a child. And uh you know um you withhold something from a child, they're going to get angry, they're going to throw a fit, they're going to hate you. As they say, little kids love to say, I hate you. They're going to storm off, they're going to throw a temper tantrum, until they get what they want. And if you don't give it to them, they're angry, and then it's like they forgot about it. And the narcissist, you know it slips their mind. They're not like caught up in this, man, what did I do wrong? And it's a different thought process. So it's not effective. It's not effective. Um, and you can think too of the hurt that we went through, just inflicting hurt. Uh, it might hurt your narcissist. So now this person's more damaged. So we're trying to fix things by damaging somebody more, because nobody, like, whether it's reactive abuse or it's manipulation, and manipulation is abuse. So we're damaging somebody to make it better. And that's making us narcissistic because we want our needs met. We do have a right to have our needs met, but that should be in the discussion. And that's where communication comes in and compromise comes in. We're not going to have somebody completely fulfill our needs. We have to be able to be whole within ourselves. And that's hard to do because we all have gone through certain triggers in our life, childhood traumas, and it really affects how we perceive the world, how we react to things. So we have to keep ourselves in check. And through communication is where that connection comes. Otherwise, it's all one-sided. Even if we're empathetic people, we're trying to understand them, and we're pretty close, but sometimes it's a little different because of our perspectives. So we can think, um, you know, trying to think of a good example. I don't know. I just am recovering from COVID. So you might think that now that I'm not contagious, now that I'm getting better, that I need time with someone because I've been cooped up. And so you come over and you're thinking, I know she needs some time. She's been so quiet lately. And so you're trying to do something nice, thinking that's what I need. And unless you ask me, even though you're empathetic, it might be a cross in connection. I might just want to be alone. I might just still be tired. So you have to have communication in relationships because even kind gestures can go wrong. So you come over trying to be really nice to me, and I try to be polite and tell you that I don't need that time. So now you're hurt because you're like, she just doesn't want to spend time with me. Relationships can be so frustrating because there are two sides, and sometimes memories aren't always accurate, especially with a narcissist, because their mind is going, there's a loss of connections, and you need to have emotion connected to something to create a memory. I mean, think about your life, all those years, and you remember 15 of your birthday parties and you're 50 years old. It's like, wait, what? And yeah, some of you might remember all of them. I don't, but something stands out and connects it and commits it to memory. So I was also burn victim on my 5th birthday party. So maybe birthday parties are something with me, but that one stood out. I remember that one. But with the narcissist, to manipulate them, nah, maybe a little, but not at like during that devaluation stage. If you want to manipulate them and spend more time with them, you're gonna have to do that love bombing stuff where it's like, I got tickets to the best sports thing, whatever. I don't even know, but you can't just go, hey, want to come over, hang out. You have to I guess entice them, but that doesn't show that they want to spend time with you. They want to use you for those sports tickets. So when we get in those desperation modes too, like the narcissist will see through it and they'll start using it against us. So now we manipulated them. We got time with them, which is what we wanted. So we're thinking we're going to build this relationship. We had our time together. It was great. It was fun at the sporting event. We're investing. The narcissist is taking. And this is where it gets tricky, is the more you invest, the more you have to lose. And the narcissist still has nothing to lose. It's always a bonus sports tickets. So now they're like, that was nice. She's willing to spend that much money on sports tickets. I'm going to ask vacation or whatever it is. So they're going to up the ante every time, and we're going to start investing more, and they're just taking more. So even though we think we won, we didn't win. And You know, they might sprinkle it with a couple, they might stop by, bring us some Taco Bell, whatever, every now and then. So we think that they're really investing, but they know that they have to give a little back. Otherwise, they're manipulating us, even though we think we're manipulating them. So if that was our thing, like, okay, okay, and oh, he likes me. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I'll make it extra special when we go on vacation. Don't get into the desperation mode. Um, I know a lot of you are still with your person, and during that devaluation stage, they they're from a different world. They're not going to see eye to eye with us. They're not going to apply common sense to where you're like, this hurts me, and can you change that? Or if you make a promise, can you hold to your promise? So even if they promise that, if something comes up and they want to break the promise, they're going to lie about it. You know, there are times when we have to cancel plans. You know, I'm in a car accident, or, you know, I have an infection, have to go to the hospital. Like, there are times that we have to cancel things. But with a narcissist, they're going to say they have something, have to go to the hospital, or somebody died, or whatever it is. And it's just a change in reality. We don't know what's real. So we can't evaluate how much do they want to see me. Can't evaluate it. And that's what drives us insane, is we feel something is off because we can't evaluate it. Like right now, you know, I'll sell you my car for $10,000. Do you want it? You can't evaluate if it's worth it to you. I didn't tell you anything about it. So you're stressing, do I come up off of 10,000? Is this worth it? Is this going to be the best thing in my life, as far as my car, or is it going to be a piece of shit? And I'm just like, give me the $10,000. You either want it or you don't. You either want it or you don't. And you're starting to stress. And that's what's like with the relationship with the narcissist. You want it or you don't. And it's like, I don't even know what it's worth. And it's hard for us to walk away when we don't know what we're walking away from. You know, you might, if you had some extra cash where you're like, is it a Lamborghini? Is it a Yugo? What does she have? And you know, it's like you feel forced to make this decision. And we have to use what's in front of us, the information. So if you're trying to ask me about this car, I'm like, it's nice. I don't know what year it is. It's nice. It's fine. Maroon. It's a maroon car. Duh, it's got 4 tires. Of course they're good tires. I'm not giving you real information. What's good? Brand new? Are they snow tires? Are they, am I super manipulating you where they're good spare tires, all 4 of them, and they're not even real tires? So with the car and relationship comparison, when we're asking things, we're trying to understand, where's this going? Do you love me? And it can even be through actions, not necessarily where you have to ask, but some of us do ask, you know, or, you know, we're trying to understand what the value is. And if they're not going to show what the value is, and that's where it gets so confusing because of the love bombing, because of the intermittent reinforcement, it drives you crazy. So if I'm giving you some information on my car, and now I'm like, okay, it's a 220, and you're like, maybe it does still have some value. And so you're starting to think, you don't even know if it's been in an accident. So you're going to want to ask more information because, okay, that might have some value. That might have some value. So our narcissist is going to give us some little clues that maybe it has some value in this relationship, but they don't come up off the information, or if they do, it takes years upon years, and it's a struggle. They could just be forthcoming. They don't like to be forthcoming. It's like a game to them. So you're asking me all these questions. I see you getting irritated. I'm like, I just want the $10,000. Like, I'm not going to tell you there's no rear end. Um, you know, the narcissist gets a kick out of seeing us struggle. So when we're trying to manipulate them, they know what's up. They know what's up. It's just like I'm very intelligent as far as like book smart, but I have no street smarts. So it's like the narcissist is street smart in this stuff. So they know what's up. They know the games. So you sit here, you try to um I'm gonna have him come get me. So I'm gonna tell him that my car is not working. And so they're like, I know, I know her car works. Or you're like, oh, my grandmother died. I know she's just her grandma was fine. Like, they see through those things. We don't lie as good as they do, and be proud of that. um, it's the, they're tuned into manipulation because they know it works for them. They know what manipulation is all about. Um, just like I've done some videos on how to spot a liar and lie detection type things. And so if you know those things, you can spot liars a lot easier. And it's the knowledge that the narcissist has on manipulation, just like if I had knowledge on lie detecting. It's just in there. I know it. I can spot it. The narcissist, they know it, they can spot it. So when you try to manipulate them, they're going to come right back at you. And they're going to come back harder. It's a no-win situation, and it doesn't work. So if you want to withhold things to get them to leave you alone, eventually they will. They will. Eventually they will, if they're not getting supply from you. But supply to them is either positive or negative. And they think when we go no contact, they're so grandiose and they're thinking that they're like, yeah, you're just thinking about me. So I'm not going to reach out because you're thinking about me. The more I don't reach out, the more you're going to think about me. You're going through a living hell, all because of me. So they're not going to break that. They're not going to break your mental thoughts. And they'll think that too, even if you're not thinking about them. It's just the way they think. So I'm going to do a couple other videos today and tell me your thoughts on that. Have you ever tried something and did it really work? And also think about that example of the analogy of giving them something, sports tickets that they'll, you're trying to manipulate them for time, and they either want sex or they want free tickets. And it could just be me making a dinner. They just want the sex that they think they might get afterwards. So it's not our perception of, oh, they finally want to spend time with me or they finally want to work on it. They're just bored. And you were the best supply at that time. But that's not love. So take care. I know it's hard. It does get better. And you'll be okay. Takes time. I'll see you soon.